Hello friends, welcome to Henry Harvin Education's production department. So this production department is also called as the training and development department. This is the core department of Henry Harvin Education. How is it core? Because ultimately this is a product, right? Trainings is a product. So you're actually handling the core of the product, that is the delivery of the product, whether through live or self-paced mode. So the e-learning content, development, everything is done by this department, and delivery of live trainings is done by this department, right? This department is the core department of Henry Harvin Education. So welcome to the core department of Henry Harvin Education, that is the production team, right? So who all are part of this team? As part of this team, we have the trainers, right? So whether the trainers are related with us on a full-time basis or on a freelance basis, ultimately they are part of the production team. Then we have the content team. Who are the content team? The writers, the video editors, and the graphic designers. Now, these content writers can be of different levels. So I'm not talking about different profiles of content team, the text content team that we have. I'm broadly talking about the content writers. Similarly, the video people that also we have, there are different levels, different hierarchies. I'm just generically telling you a name video editor. However, there are different departments, different segments of video people that we have, right? I'm not a technical person, so I don't know the jargons, but I'm just broadly talking about right now in this video that we have video people, we have writers, and then we have the graphic designers. Again, different levels, different profiles within the graphic element. But I'm just broadly talking about in this video what departments are there, what verticals are there in this department, what your roles would be, and what our expectation would be from you, right? So broadly, I'll only talk about these specific segments. So as I mentioned, trainers and content developers, whether writers, video, graphic people, or the trainers, whether full-time or freelancers. Now, talking about first the trainers. Trainers are here basically, whether you talk about the course subject matter experts or whether you talk about soft skills trainers, all of them headed by the manager or the managers, right? And the QA people. So the QA people, QA folks within the team, which is the quality people, quality audit people, are there to audit the submissions done by the trainers, right? What are the submissions? The training sessions that they gave, they all get recorded. So quality auditors check out their videos based on the parameters identified, then prepare a audit report and send to the trainers. That is the role of a quality auditor who will be auditing the videos by watching the videos quickly or some specific elements and then putting in the feedback within the specific report and submitting on the trainer group. So this is the feedback of your audit. Then we would be having the trainers whether working on full time or freelance. The full time trainers work on two major elements. One is delivering of trainings, right? These can be delivering the live trainings. It can be delivery of internships or maybe delivery of various boot camps, so on and so forth. So they are the ones responsible for delivery, the speaking part, right? Then comes the content development part, which is maybe I would say roughly out of 200 hours of association that a full-time person has with us, or 120 hours plus would be the training part, and roughly 80 hours, maybe lesser than that, would be that of the content development, the other remaining time of the day, right? That is the breakup of the 200 hours of association with us. If I talk about the freelance trainers, they are only responsible for delivering the trainings. Apart from that, what content development work on an ad hoc basis, and from our side, as such, there is no commitment that we have to give them work repeatedly, right? People who are working full time, they are having assurance of salary, right? But freelance trainers, they don't have assurance of that salary part. However, if you are delivering good quality, why would we want to explore the market, right? We would want to reach out to you again and again. And we have had so many trainers working for so many years with us satisfactorily. Now that's the trainer part. Now comes to the content development people. Now we have the content writers here to start with. Now content writers are the one who would be developing the content for the front end content or the back end content. The front end content is maybe the brochure, the mailers, the content for the mailers, content for the brochures, content for the website pages, content for the infographics posters, and then we will have the backend content developers who will be developing content for our course content, the PPT presentations, the study materials. Also, at Henry Harvin, we are also a registered publishing house, right? So we would also be publishing books for which we would need good content from the writers. They would be translating the content of the course to the books or maybe directly create the books first and then the course content, the PPTs. So that's how we would have the course content. Then we will have the video editors. They are the ones who are responsible for creating video content. Now, this can be any level of content, the front end content or the back end content, or maybe the employment related content. So, roughly, if I talk about, these can be interview videos, which can be interviewing the trainers or maybe interviewing the customers. It can be review videos wherein. So, first of all, these interview videos are mostly taken on Zoom, one to one. Then comes the review videos. These can be selfie videos. So your job will be to edit it and put it in the best format. Then we can upload it on YouTube or other platforms that we have. Then the course videos, that the course content which is created is then recorded, right? So it is recorded how? It is recorded either through Zoom screen sharing or maybe the way right now I'm recording the session the same way. So video editor would be responsible for editing and making the best of it. Then comes the YouTube shorts, the short videos. So maybe again recorded and editing and packaging it in the best format. And then we'll be having these interview videos, these in front videos which I'm talking about. These are internal training videos. Then comes the demo videos, the demo of the courses. So these will be live courses which were delivered and then broken and put across for our learners before they enroll. Then again, internal training videos, which I'm recording right now in front of a camera. Similarly, these can be videos recorded on Zoom also. And then maybe some motion graphics and other related work, right? So I'm not a video guy, but at Henry Harvin, we are transforming quite fast. As of now, I'm recording this video in April 2022. So you can see that we are transforming very fast. We have a full-fledged team of content, and we'll be adding more team members to make our content amazing, right? Then we'll be having the graphic people, the graphic designers, who will be creating social media related content, maybe the banners, etc. Then maybe course content, the PPTs, docs, etc., the templates. Then the brochure content designing, infographics, posters, books, logos. So I think full-fledged graphic work we have end to end. So that's about it. Broadly, I've given you a brief as to what departments we have. The mission of this department is to give highest value in the best possible visual format and textual format, so that our learners can grab the learnings, the knowledge imparted efficiently and effectively. Not just deliver the live trainings perfectly, but whatever content we would be having, the assets that we will be having should be in the best of the formats, should be best of the quality, highest impact and highest knowledge, so that too practical with illustrations, etc., so that our learners get best of the value, right? So in your daily association, we'll be having a daily kickoff meeting wherein your reporting manager will be taking a kickoff meeting. We'll be discussing previous day's agenda, previous day's deliverables, today's agenda, and the issues we are facing. So these are basically Scrum meetings. So we do Scrum meetings on a daily basis, which we call the kickoff meeting. Then every week we follow weekly sprints. Basically, these are weekly agendas that we set. So whatever tasks are expected to be achieved within the week, they are clearly identified and then tracked on a daily basis, wherein we put a daily agenda. So either we use different tools. We use tools like Jira, we use tools like Linear App, we use maybe something content on Excel or Google Sheet only and put the screenshots, or directly on WhatsApp we type. So different four mediums we have. So maybe you can check with your reporting manager what we are currently following at the time when you're watching the video, right? And then you have to put all the documentation that you do. You have to put the screenshot on the WhatsApp group, because that is communication. And reporting doesn't mean only documentation. Reporting means documentation and communication, right? Next comes the work snaps, right? So we use this tool called work snaps for attendance. So you have to always make sure that, well, even if whether you're working in office or you're working from home, you're using work snaps all the time, because work snaps is your attendance. So tomorrow, if you forget to use work snaps at any point of time and tomorrow claim that I was working at this hour, whether in office, whether outside, I'm sorry, our accounts team will not be able to check that, right? So you need to use work snaps. And this team, some people are working from home, some people are working from office. So, and that has been pre-decided at the time of joining itself, right? So later you cannot swap. But for the entire team, work snaps, and most of our non-sales team departments are supposed to be using work snaps. Then comes your daily reports. So the daily reports are the reports which accounts for the tasks which are done throughout the day and put across also on WhatsApp. That's the format that we follow. So these daily agendas basically can also include putting the screenshot of your linear app or your Jira in progress or done activities or issues which you have done in the past 24 hours or what 8-10 hours which you have worked for, right? So that is what daily reporting means. So working as a graphic or a video person, you have to understand that you use the right color combinations, right? We don't want that any cheap color combinations we use. We use generally English color tones, the British color tones, so colors like maybe purple, gray, very subtle orange, or maybe very subtle pink. So we use those cheap colors, those cheap bright colors. We don't use that, right? We use very subtle colors. So make sure that you follow good color combinations. If you want to know some companies who have very good color combinations, you can refer to KPMG. You can check out EY. You can check out PwC. You can check out Deloitte. Right? They have fabulous color combinations, and you can take reference of these color combinations. Right? They have beautiful color combinations, very subtle. So don't use any over bright, too many colors, cheap looking kind of a content graphic which you make, whether you're making videos or making graphic content. That doesn't mean that you simply blindly follow what we have been following in past. It simply means that uh, we use good quality work, right? So I don't want that if the tradition says that you follow graphic content which you feel is very bad, right? And most of the videos are having that, and you want to have some kind of an improvement, create it, get it approved, right? We are open to improvement, but just don't let something wrong happen continues, right? So if something can be improved, improve it. Same goes for graphic also, same goes for videos also. So and as writers, make sure that you use the right spellings, don't make any spelling mistakes. Put it on Google before you write anything if you have any doubts on it. And use the right fonts, right formats, right color combinations also. The basic PPT graphics you yourself can also do. You don't have to depend on the graphic designer for everything, right? So also regarding the format, uh, you use a modern looking format. It should not be like a traditionally old looking format that doesn't go well. uh, Now if you are there as a trainer, then understand that there are like two vocabularies. One is a fresh batch or a lateral batch. Lateral batch means that there is an entry to the fresh batch, so day one gets repeated. So day one happens twice, wherein it happens at a gap of around 7 days. Wherein if someone is joining on the first day one, it means that it's a fresh batch joining. If someone is joining on the second day one, so day one which is getting repeated after a week, that's a lateral. And then day two onwards, the batch participants of day one fresh or maybe day one lateral, all of them combines in day two and goes on further. That way we get 1 week of more time to add more number of students to the batch, right? And make it viable for us to conduct the batch. We conduct orientations at times in case the batch needs an orientation at the start, or maybe the trainer is currently unavailable, or maybe unwell for any reason and not able to take the class on the very first day. We cannot afford to cancel any class which are of day one or day two. So in that case, we conduct an orientation session in which we will brief about different deliverables that Henry Raven is giving, or maybe you will conduct a soft skill session and give them some kind of an additional learning, right? So the rest, that's it. I think the rest, we have a mentoring group. So any concerns, any issues you have, you can put it on the mentoring group, a group which will have all the stakeholders there in the group itself, right? So I think that's about it. Perfect. Thank you so very much for listening to this video, and I really hope that you get to create immense value at Henry Harvin, not just for yourself but or for our learners also. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.